Welcome to our angel card reading for this week, the 24th to the 31st, ending up the year 2011 with our angel guidance. I'm using During Virtue's Angel Therapy Oracle cards this week. And due to the law of attraction, there's no way that there could ever be a wrong card pulled. So I'm pulling 3 cards, one for the beginning of the week, the Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever, something like that. Okay. For the first card this week, we have Clear Yourself. A really magnificent card. Let's see if you can see that. How beautiful that is, that Egyptian dancer. The message on the bottom of the card says, ask the angels to release any toxic energies that you may have absorbed. During the holiday season, a lot of times we're involved with people and situations that bring up a lot of issues, and we're working on clearing out a lot of these bonds with people, difficult situations, and maybe giving a little too much of yourself, and how to release and let go of kind of an outside standard of who you are, what you do, and how you want to be in the world. And know that even though these situations will come and try to bring to you a different version of who you really want to be in the world, you don't have to accept it. If something is coming to you and it doesn't feel good, and that's always where we resonate from, is our heart. If something makes you feel less than who you are, or questions your way in the world, all you have to do is go into your heart and say, is this really an important reflection, something that I need to change in myself or to attend to, or is it something that I can love in myself and just say, it's okay that I'm not that way. It's a compassionate way, a compassionate way to love yourself. And when you find that expression, even in those places of interaction where you're getting judged and criticized, what you really have to look at with compassion and empathy is that person is really judging themselves. And with judgment, there's separation. And separation is not real. Separation is an ego-based mental process. We are all connected and one. And when a person gives their judgment and criticism to you, it's really about their own their own judgment for themselves. And so with empathy, we can just look at that and say, okay, I hear how hard you are on yourself, not necessarily how I want to be on myself, and let it go. That's a really hard lesson. Not to pick up other people's ideals or standards, and always check in with yourself. That's the beginning of the week. Sounds like an interesting week. The next card is Ascended Masters. Really beautiful card again. Middle of the week. And it says, powerful, loving, and wise spiritual teachers are watching over and guiding you. And I'm just keying into the guidance for the card. Again, what's coming through is relying on that compassion that is here for every one of us, I'm getting a very strong picture of Kuan Yin. She is very much like a Mother Mary figure, and she holds such a beautiful, maternal, compassionate place in her heart for each one of us. It is only through this compassion of ourselves that we can let go of the judgment and criticism from other people. And sometimes we need help. Sometimes we have a hard time with that ourselves. And finding that connection through ascended masters, those that you're connected to, Jesus comes through very strong, especially this time of year, where there's that forgiveness, that compassion and forgiveness for the judgment and criticism, because you know, basically on a soul level, there is no separation, and there is no judgment, and there is only love. It's hard to see through that, and to really find that when we're having our interactions and there's so much ego involved. But to constantly reassert that in your day, finding that quiet time, calling on the ascended masters to come to you and help you find your forgiveness, find your compassion. Because really, when you can do that for someone else, you're really doing that for yourself. And the last part of the week, we have another quite gorgeous card called Mediumship. It says, you have the natural ability to connect with departed loved ones. During this time of year, when the holidays are here, we feel most poignantly the separation of people who have passed over to the other side. And the message is coming very clearly that all you need to do is reach out to them, to connect, and to get messages from them and feel their love, because they're here and they're very present during the holidays. And although their physical body is not with us, they are able to be with us in a much fuller version of who they are, because they are not bound by a physical body, and they do not have their ego attached to them anymore. So the love that they have is even purer and without judgment and criticism. And again, that's kind of the theme that I'm getting for this week, for all of us, is to find that beautiful place of love for ourselves and for everyone in our lives, and to reach out for those who have passed over, for their love and guidance, and know that they're there in every way at all times, and they won't leave your side if that's what you ask. So don't be afraid to ask and reach out. Dream time is a wonderful time to ask for that right before you go to bed, so that you can feel their presence in your life. It looks like a really intense week, full of forgiveness and compassion, which is very much the spirit of Jesus, and that's how we heal the world. With ourselves, compassion and empathy for ourselves gives the capacity to do that for others. And when you reside in that place of love, there's less strife, and there's more peace. And that would be the message from the other side, eternally, to change how our world is through peace and through that compassion. So look upon your neighbor, look upon your family, look upon that person who says something to you that, really tweaks something crazy inside yourself, and try not to go into that place of judgment. Identify it and go, wow, yeah, you're probably going through something like that. And see how that changes your interactions. into a much more peaceful and loving exchange. All my blessings. Enjoy the last week of 2011.